of 1994, when a young bride stood at the entrance of a very majestic church. The guests were already seated inside, and they were expectantly waiting for the bridal party to enter. The guests were all known to the bridegroom, all strangers to the bride. She belonged to a different community. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. She was very nervous. Her nervousness turned to anxiety. For a moment, she thought of turning back. Luckily, better sense prevailed, and she walked down the aisle and through all the other wedding rituals. They were declared man and wife. Soon she found herself being taken back to the bridegroom's house. All the way back, she worried. Have I done the right thing? Are these people who are my in-laws now? Will they be kind to me? Upon reaching the bridegroom's house, they were ushered in with more rituals. At the entrance stood the mother of the bridegroom. One look at her new daughter-in-law's face, she realized what the girl was going through. Then, with a touch that was ever so gentle, she touched the girl's face and then her hand and said, "Don't worry, my dear, I will take care of you. You are home now." There was something about that assurance that in a flash, the gloom on the bride's face disappeared and she smiled. And the world around her smiled back. That young bride was me many years ago, and my mother-in-law, Mrs. Regina Shankar. I can never forget those words, "Don't worry, I will take care of you." At that moment, she turned from being my mother-in-law to being my mother. Over the years, I got to know her more. And I came to respect and admire the compassion she had for the people around her. She was a Christian, I was a Hindu, but she never made me feel like a fish out of water. Every Diwali, Sankranti or Ugadi, she would make sweets at home. And then she would encourage me to go to my parents' house and celebrate with them. 2 months ago, my mother-in-law fell very sick. It started with a stomach upset, and then because she had ongoing heart problems, she was a diabetic, her condition deteriorated very rapidly. Till one day she had breathing difficulty. I was alone at home with her and I took her to the hospital. Immediately she was put into the intensive care unit. The doctors declared that she was in cardiac failure. The next 1 month, she continued to be in the intensive care. We consulted the best doctors in Bangalore. They all said that she was critical, but they also said it looks like she's in a depression, which makes this even more difficult. Yes, she was in a depression. She had that sad, worried look on her face. The reason for her depression was her 2 eldest grandchildren. My elder brother-in-law had died a few years ago, and she had taken the responsibility of those 2 children. Now, with her own life uncertain, she worried what would happen to these 2 children, about their future. There were hordes of visitors every day. She had many brothers and sisters. They all told her, "Akka, don't worry, you just get well." But she was unconsolable. Then one night, I was staying over at the hospital, and it was 12 o'clock in the night. I stood by her bed and I looked at her. She would look so frail and shrunken, so helpless. I felt an overwhelming need to comfort her. I put my hand on her head and gently massaged her hair and said, "Amma, Don't worry, we will take care of them. Our eyes met for a very long time. And then she said, Samadhana, I think, meaning I am consoled. Then she went off to sleep. 3 o'clock that same night I visited her again. She was awake and the nurse was feeding her some ganji she was eating after a long time. The worried look on her face had disappeared. She gave me a weak smile. And she was trying to say something. There was an oxygen mask blocking her mouth. There were tubes all over her face. She was trying to push that oxygen mask and was making a great effort to say something. I listened intently. Then I heard something like, I love you. I thought I heard wrong. Then with more clarity, I love you very much. It's a message I will carry in my heart forever. Because 3 days after that, she passed away. Toastmasters, we were from different communities, from different backgrounds, and over the years, there were n number of problems that we may have had. But the way I see it now, when I step back, I see that it began with an assurance that she had given me, and it ended in a circle with the reassurance that I gave her when she badly needed it. The way I see it, all the trials and tribulations were enclosed in that circle of love. Friends, compassion is an extremely powerful tool. It shakes you up. It breaks the stale, the orthodox, and the predetermined mindsets. Only compassion has the power to open hearts. Youngsters of today are in a hurry to marry and unmarry. Stop, pause, and wait. There are tools like compassion, understanding, and love. They are at your disposal. Use them freely. India is a great country. It has many traditions. You are part of that country and its ethos. Keep up its traditions. To my wonderful mother-in-law, who was an angel in the land of the mortals. Amma, we miss you in this land of the mortals, even as you're being welcomed in the abode of the gods. Back to you.